Yo, that's kind of sick, though. I didn't know you do that, bro. 5%
Yeah, man.
is like, that's a good deal, too.
Nah, I'm just trying to make it make sense, you know?
Yeah,
I'm working with,
I'll for sure, like, get a couple people in there, too.
nah, real life, whatever we gotta
I'll set
do.
you up with a couple people for sure. Like, that's solid.
Nah, I appreciate
They'll
that.
definitely come
No
work.
one else
That's
can
actually
feel
sick.
it for you.
We can
Feel
do, like,
the
so many
rain on
things.
your skin.
Nah.
No one else can
Hey,
feel.
yo, shut the fuck up. Respectfully and disrespectfully, just shut the fuck up. I'm gonna need
Bro,
you to reel it back.
I'm just doing my
I
work
was,
right here.
whatever it was, you can do it silently.
Yo,
So you're here. You're gonna bring it down here. Cool? Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
my bad, bro.
My guy, bro. Know your fucking place.
I was just trying to work,
So-
man.
No.
All right. Bigger dreams. Welcome back to the show. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We got the first episode recorded in 2024.
Yes,
Officially.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Damn.
This is the first episode recorded 2024.
Damn.
This is the first episode
Yo.
after we dropped the name change, too.
Yeah, man.
This is a big
On the day we
episode.
dropped our season premiere.
This is a big
How you feel?
I feel good, other than like I'm under the weather
Yeah.
a little bit.
How you feel about, like, you know, a couple of months leading up to today?
This is dope, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, we've been working hard on this.
Yeah.
We've been working hard on this. I'm excited. And I mean, the guests we have today, we've been waiting for this. That happened like
A hot minute,
yeah,
bro. Oh, man.
know.
I felt away when I had to reschedule them.
Hey, yeah, you should.
I felt
You're a
away.
sus man for that
I
stuff.
felt away.
Buck T10.
Nah, man. Shout out Shot by Ben, too. We back.
Shout by Ben.
New camera. I'm going to call it Daenerys. Because
Daenerys, that's
it's got some dragon crazy shit going on in the back there.
That's wild. It
Yeah,
does
I'm
kinda
excited.
have that dragon head.
Yeah, it does have a dragon head, bro.
Yeah, that's for real.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Do a shout out to our sponsors.
Yes,
too.
sir.
Next Level Shisha and Aria Cafe. We appreciate you, my peoples. Thank
Shout out
you
Aria
so
Cafe. Next Level Shisha.
much. Yes, sir. Best Shisha, man.
Yeah, man. If you need an event,
Yeah.
you know, you need somewhere booked out,
Check
you know,
out their page. at
you know,
Next
you could
Shisha.
rely on them. So
Next
check
Level
them out.
Shisha. Check out their page on Instagram. Next Level Shisha will have that there.
Yes, sir.
The events are crazy. The food are crazy.
The place is nice.
Everything is nice. The drinks are
Super
crazy.
fresh. How you feeling? You feel cozy?
I'm mad cozy, bro.
You ain't even gonna introduce him. You're gonna ask the man how he's feeling.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Oh, yeah, just making sure before we introduce him, make sure the vibes
You
are
feeling
right.
good, but you already cussed your ass out. You feeling good.
That's the
He
sign.
feeling good. You know he's feeling good. It's just a matter of you introducing the man right now. You know what I'm saying? Talk your talk, though.
Yo, TCspades, how you feeling, bro?
Jeez,
Yeah,
jeez,
man,
jeez.
I'm good. I'm good. What's up, my
What's up,
brothers?
brother?
Brampton's
Right here.
own, Brampton's finest.
Jeez.
Man, I'm just out here representing. That's all.
B-Town.
Yes, sir, Ski.
You got your host here. It's your boy Matt, aka Easy Money. Oh my God, I haven't done this in so long. I'm so excited. AKA Babyface Killer,
never seen
AKA Mr. Boyer Girl. Give her back in 3 to 5 business days.
Where does she really belong, though?
Yo, make sure outside on the street, on the
Beside?
street curb, beside the blue bin and the green bin.
In between or beside them?
Beside them.
Jeez.
You gotta line it up.
Jeez.
Line it up.
She for the streets.
Casamigos dead in the cut. You already know. TT.
Shit, it's your boy TT. I'm not doing the all AKA right now. My voice is a little under, the weather. But it's your boy TT, AKA Young Jesus, AKA Walking on Water, because I'm always fresh. Pow. Introduce yourself, boy.
Oh shit.
You got to do a couple AKAs for
couple
them.
AKAs.
Yes, sir.
It's TC Spades, aka TC, aka T, aka
Money.
Mr. T Money,
Jeez.
aka Brampton's finest.
What
I don't
else?
want to talk too crazy.
What else?
AKA Mr. Sometimes in the country, mostly not.
Jeez.
Feel me? TC
What
stands
else?
for the country. Depends. I don't know.
The country.
Yeah, man, we out here. It's Trizzy, man. We here. We here.
All
What's
right.
up, man? Welcome.
Yeah, how you
Thank
feeling,
you.
bro?
Big
Thank you,
welcome,
bro.
bro.
No, I'm glad to
Thank
be
you for
here.
coming.
I'm here in the first episode of the year. That's crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Failed
sir.
to mention that to me, like
Yo.
walking in. No pressure.
No pressure.
Nah,
No
and we're in
pressure.
4K. I'm ready. I'm here for
6K,
it.
I don't even
Yeah,
know.
whatever
Yeah.
you want, bro.
Wherever you're watching
You're
it
live
on,
and
man,
direct. That's all we know.
That's it. That's it.
Yo, so before we get started into anything, actually a cool story about how we actually met was we were at a show at Regulars. It's no longer a place anymore.
Yo, R.I.P. to that place,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah,
man.
that place was
Regular.
legendary.
Pour one for that
Real
place.
quick,
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah,
Shit.
facts. And we were outside having a smoke, and we see TC, and we start a conversation. And yo, I want to highlight in this episode because it means a lot to me personally. But it's like I remember it was like, oh, you're an artist, and oh, you're doing a podcast. It's like, yo, I'm a rock with you, and you're gonna rock with me. Like we just said that to each other. Yo, like, I'm gonna support you. You're gonna support me, and we just had that energy, and we always like kept it in touch with each other. We were always like, you know, supporting each other's shit, like, you know, pulling up to your shows, and you know what I mean. And it was like it was just like it was sick how like organic of a relationship we had from that day.
I remember you pulled up to his first show too.
Yeah,
You hadn't
yeah,
performed
yeah.
In a while,
Yep,
and
yep,
then you
yep.
pulled up to the show. Fortunately, I
right
was
back.
working. I couldn't do that.
It's always love when I see you. Otherwise, though.
I mean,
Facts.
I see you around, and,
I
and
swear
it's
to
always
God.
love.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very.
Yeah,
cool,
it's super cool, and like now all the way leading up to today, and like, you know, we always bump into each other, and like now you're in the red seat in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In the hot seat.
boy.
Yeah,
Long
in the
time
hot seat.
coming. I'm happy to be here. And my thing about that, like, I'm just all about like genuine energy and genuine vibes. So it's like you guys met me with that, so of course I'm gonna reciprocate.
Oh, that's
it.
love.
Bro, love.
Big
Of course.
love, big love. So, you know, today's about you, man. And like, you know, for the people who don't know you, you know, let's get it started from the very beginning. Like, tell us about your early journey as an artist. And apparently you were a tech guy before you're an artist. So talk to us.
Crazy.
Yeah, damn, I'm gonna have to go into this
What
whole
you gonna
thing.
do next? Drop his gov?
I lied. He's like, what's your
Bro.
first childhood
My
address?
I was going there. That's crazy.
Valid address.
Nah, but for real though. So I guess I've always been like into the arts in general. So as a kid, I'd like draw. Thought I was going to school for drawing specifically because we had like art schools in Brampton. But before I even bring it to there, I actually lived in Mississauga until like the age of 7, and then I've been in Brampton
I was gonna
ever
say, you
since.
Nice.
grew up in Brampton your whole life.
Yeah,
That's-
nah. Shout out to Brampton. I definitely like I grew up in Brampton, so that definitely shaped a lot of experiences.
Right.
But I can't like shun Saga. That was like my early
Saga
days.
City, that's your early days.
Feel me? But
Yeah, it's like me and Scarborough, brother. I feel you.
Lived in Scarborough
I
for
nah,
3
bro. I feel you. I
months.
feel
Not
you, bro.
3
I feel you,
months.
bro. I feel you, bro.
yeah,
I was
Three
in them
months.
trenches, bro.
You
I was
were
in them
Scarborough
trenches.
For 3 months.
That's
You're
a
not
3
a
months.
East
Now I'm in the
man.
Ville.
He
Shout out
said,
to
he
Ville.
said the vibe is different over there.
You're
That's
not.
like I was born in North
East End
York,
man till I
but I was
die.
probably in North York for like a month. So that's like
Yeah,
me
bro,
claiming
this guy lived in Scarborough for 3 months, claiming he's a
say
Scarborough
East
man.
Side.
Bro,
Nah.
he's up to
90
the
days
booty.
is enough to experience enough.
Oh, stop that, bro. You
Y'all
drove
killing
tractors
me.
to school.
It was not 90
Damn.
days.
I don't want to hear you, bro.
But all right, back to TC. Back to TC.
Nah, y'all kill me. Shout out the West and the East, man. I got love for all sides.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, but yeah. So spent a lot of my time like drawing, and I was like, yeah, I think I want to draw. 8th grade, I'm like maybe video game design or something. I ended up at an art school, and I got into they had a media arts program. So I wanted to draw, but I was like, they're giving me cameras and like editing stuff, so I guess I'll figure it out. And slowly but surely, I realized like, okay, I didn't realize that storytelling was what I wanted to do. But in those early stages, I was like, well, it's easier to tell a story when the pieces are already in front of you.
Right.
The setting, the characters, whatever. So I was like, maybe I don't have to draw. So did that through high school, went to post-secondary for that. So that was the University of Guelph Humber. It was fun, but because I had already the 4 years of doing the media stuff, sooner or later I got myself a camera. I was like outside just trying to make some things work, make something click. And yeah, I'm learning more on my own out in the field than I am in class.
cool.
So yeah, you know, I kept at it. I think the thing that really helped in that situation was just networking and developing those kind of skills early on to where I ended up in some crazy positions. So like shout out to Sunny Diamonds. He was one of the first people to give me an opportunity, and David Forteau. Those two were very important in my journey because they kind of just saw me doing my thing. Like I was tailing along with my other homies who were like dancers and did other things. Artists, like shout out Devin Tracy, for example. Yeah, they're literally like, they see me with the camera. I was a good vibe. They're like, yeah, we could do a shoot.
Nice.
Like, yeah, pull up to the studio. So I'm at like Sunny's studio, which I've only seen on YouTube through like D Pride, Tory Lanez, all these people.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yo, I'm here now.
Pride, that's crazy.
I'm saying, bro, like it's like history there. And I was a kid while I was drawing and doing all that stuff in the 8th grade. like music was a part of my life, but I didn't acknowledge it as I do now. So
Right.
like I was looking up like freestyles to songs. Like I'm coming across Devin Tracy, Deep Pride, all these people, and I'm like, didn't realize that was like the industry early on.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I'm now in Sonny's studio. He sees me shooting. He's like, yo, like I like how you work. Like we should work. He plugs me in with Roy Woods, and then basically Roy Woods takes me on this whole tour across like the States and like Canada. And that really kind of exposed me to the other side of artistry, because up until that point, all that I really saw was like what I did. You know what I mean? The photo shoots, the album arts, whatever. So fast forward to the end of that experience, I basically had like the summer of 2018 to myself. So I'm like, let me try creative direction, because I have an understanding. I have the tools of like a camera and like what to do. So let me try and like give people ideas now. Let's do like marketing. Let's do like rollouts. Let's do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually I was like, yo, I can write anyway for fun. So let me like try and write songs for people. And then I'm having all these ideas. I bring it to David, because he was the big homie, still is. And I'm like, yo, what do you think about this? He's like, before you go and just be a label and like expend all this energy, like put that energy into yourself first. So that was, like real life.
That was the game changer.
That was it. So from there, pretty much started taking it seriously. I started like making music like with the intention of putting it out, trying to tell like my story. And that was kind of the pivotal moment where it was like from the drawing to the camera work and everything in between, like all I wanted to do was storytelling. And like I guess the simplest form of storytelling is word of mouth, right? So by putting that into the music and then it took a little while to carve out my lane, but once I found what made me comfortable and everything, that was where it was all gas from there. So like 2018 till now, that was where all the music picked up.
And you dropped your first single in 2018?
Yeah, I believe it was like fall of 2018. So that one was called Russian. That was like the first song where I was like, played it enough, and I played it for people. And I was like, okay, it's clicking. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, first release, first step in the right direction.
How do you feel about that first song and the music that you're making now?
Good question.
That is a good question. I definitely have love for it, because I wouldn't have put the music out if I didn't like feel the need or the want to.
Right.
But definitely it's like representative of the times. Like I think I like the record, but compared to what I got like now, especially like not even the stuff that's already out, but like even the stuff I'm sitting on, it's like I'm definitely telling a well-rounded story, and it's like it's hitting a little different now, but that's from experience and whatnot.
So do you feel like your growth in the last couple of years and everything, the world, has definitely improved where you are as an artist or your storytelling and everything?
100%. Yeah, just like anything, like you put the time in, and of course you're gonna gain some sort of experience out of it. So the life experience like poured into the songwriting, and just like being in different rooms working with all sorts of creatives and whatnot,
Right.
that also sharpened my tools.
Right.
To where I'm just like, whatever I got to do, man. I tell people, it's like, yeah, if it's a vibe and we're trying to figure something out to work, let's make it work, bro. Like I'm whatever I got to apply.
Let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
I like that.
So, I noticed that you haven't dropped anything recently. Why?
Okay, getting right to
Good
the
question.
questions.
I love
He's
that.
Pressing.
Listen, that's a great question. From an artist manager, I love those type of questions.
Because I know, because an artist hasn't released doesn't always necessarily mean they're not working. There's a lot of things going on, and like there's always an explanation, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, for me, it's just getting like the business correct around the records that I have. So to one point, it's like I've sat on certain songs for almost like 2 years now, sat on some for like a year and whatnot. So in one hand, like all the waiting has definitely added to the quality, where it's like, okay, if it still sounds good this like long from then, clearly
Right.
I'm onto something.
Right.
But the other part is really just like getting all the ducks in a row for everything. So it's like, yes, I'm busy with like the shows that I curate, or if I'm helping the other homies in different creative projects, but it's really also just like getting my business right, the rollout, having the budget there to make sure that I'm dealing with everything properly,
Right.
and then just lining it up. But this year, this is
Oh, this is the
that
year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2024
Can we hear a
TC
sneak peek?
Spades.
Of course, yeah. Not on the air, sorry.
No. Not for y'all, motherfuckers. I love y'all, but I don't care about y'all.
Unless you guys got the Patreon, I don't know what's going on.
It's
but-
for my ears.
Okay, I
don't
got
care
y'all.
about
Don't worry.
that. I love y'all, but not for y'all. I like that.
I got y'all soon. Don't worry.
It's coming. Don't worry.
That's
It's coming.
it.
You heard it here first. As an artist who traveled and went, outside of Canada, outside of the Toronto scene, Do you feel like that made you grow even more or helped you in your process?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that to like knock people who choose to stay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know what I mean. At the same time of me traveling, like I'm also cultivating like a platform in Brampton that's trying to like service the greater Toronto area, or at least like cater to them more so. But yeah. That being said, the traveling has helped in like networking and creating connections to like create opportunities both for myself and for other homies,
Right.
stateside specifically.
Right.
And yeah, just literally the experience. Content, shooting stuff. I've shot music videos stateside. Got to be in certain rooms that like probably wouldn't have been in if I didn't actually make the trip over.
100%.
So yeah, just like putting myself in those situations definitely helped me out.
Something you would suggest to upcoming artists to do?
I believe so. If it makes sense to you, because the travel has definitely changed over the years. My first show ever was actually in Texas at South by Southwest.
Oh, wow.
Like first ever. I wasn't a stranger to being on stage because high school, through all the media stuff, we took a drama class, but we'd also have to like present to the whole school. So that already like got rid of my nerves and just dealing with people in improv.
Yeah.
But now having to be myself as an artist and present my music, that was the learning curve there. So it's like if you're a new artist and you know you want to sharpen your performance, putting yourself in places like that, because it's like I didn't know anybody there. Like it was really me and my one homie, and just a room full of other artists, and like other creatives and people. Just like it was a showcase.
Right.
But yeah, that's one aspect of it, and then just like getting life experience. Traveling is always there's no negatives to it, you know.
Not all the time.
Not yeah.
But listen, so you can have bad experiences traveling.
This is true.
It's not all good.
I don't know what you're
Depends
doing,
on what places you're in,
I
what
don't know
spaces
where
you're
you're
putting yourself
going.
in.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what you're putting yourself in.
All right.
you gotta be on your P's and
Yeah,
Q's.
bro.
Know how to travel before you travel.
Yes,
Maybe that's
sir.
the first part.
Yeah, there you go.
No
So,
disrespect.
you know, some people who watch Bigger Dreams podcast, they might have never heard you. Maybe they've seen your IG page from a distance or something. Maybe they don't know your music. Like, in your opinion, like, how would you describe your music? And also, who are the artists you draw inspirations from?
Cool. So I guess I could describe my music as like the genre would be hip hop and R&B, but I kind of like find myself going in between. Depends on the record.
Okay.
Can have more melodic stuff. I can be more rappy. Just depends on the vibe. Coming from Brampton and just like the west side of the greater Toronto area, I call it the west side. So that makes me kind of lean into a West Coast kind of sound. Certain times.
Okay.
You know, it's the west side. Artists that I've drawn inspiration from, obviously you have like the Drakes, the Weeknd. Who else can I say? Party Next Door for
I was
sure.
waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, Roy
Who's better,
Woods,
Drake
too.
or Weeknd? I'm putting you on the spot.
It depends on the criteria. Who is the better artist? Yeah, like that's a hard one. 'Cause it's like I can respect what the Weeknd did and what he does,
Yeah.
and that's that. And then Drake does what he does, and like I like that bag too. So it depends on what the
That's not an answer.
what's called.
That's not an answer.
How about you? How would you answer that?
You're interviewing him now.
He's like, I can dish it. I
fuck?
can't take it.
No, but yeah, go on. You were saying so.
Yeah,
Party, Drake,
yeah.
Weeknd,
Shout out to Roy Woods especially.
Roy Woods.
Particularly.
Woods is
I love
last.
this last tape,
I
bro.
was just
Yeah,
about to
yeah,
say his
yeah.
last tape was kind of rough still.
Just like specifically with the homie, like definitely like opened the door and provided a lot of opportunities.
So I was gonna ask you, like, you said you went on tour with Roy. I mean, as a videographer and all of that,
Yeah.
but you had to have seen that experience. How would you say that affected you right away, or did it? Are you learning certain things now from that experience as an artist?
Definitely learn things like throughout the process, and then I think now little things like that's we try to figure
Like,
some
do you
stuff
look back
out.
at it and be like, oh, I get it, he did this and that, or
Certain parts
this is
of it,
what his
yeah.
team was doing?
Yeah, I think the major thing. So basically, we went on a Canadian tour as the first thing, and then his album at the time came out, so we got to do the press run for that. Went to Art Basel, and then LA one last time. So the Canadian tour part of it was definitely an experience, and just seeing, like, I was in the passenger seat of a whole tour that was put together. So that's
Right.
one aspect, understanding how that's put together and like the way you got to be on schedule, all these different things. I think when we
People
started
think it's
getting
easy.
Even for the artist himself, like the last day, I remember like his voice started going, but he still pushed through and he gave a great show type of thing. So that was
He
one
sounded like
aspect.
me after 4 or 5 shows.
And you know when you're going hard,
Of course, bro, because you're
Yo.
screaming, right? You have fans. You're
Yo, you know what?
going.
Yo, shout out to Randy one time, bro. Yo, he's not feeling that well. The fact that he's pushing and going through this episode
Shut
and playing
up.
through it. No, yo,
Trying to
for
make
real.
me sound like Roy Woods after his
Nah,
7
man. Yo,
shows in
that
a
shows
row.
dedication, commitment. So you know what?
That's
Yo,
it,
that's
you know?
that's chasing your bigger dreams. When you got a cold or you're not feeling well, you know what I mean?
You gotta have that North Star guy in you.
You're still
Pushing.
recording. You're still here, so when we go on tour, I know you're ready.
Live
Okay,
shows.
we gotta talk about that first.
I'll be the first live guest if that's what we're doing.
Hey.
Just let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I
No,
love
of course,
that.
of
All
course.
right.
The last thing I'll say about that, like the whole experience,
Yeah.
I think the major key was I got to be in the studio while he was creating when we were in New York. So that definitely gave me like the confidence because I knew what my process was or wasn't at the time.
Right.
But seeing like someone I'm actually a fan of like work and I'm like, oh, okay, like word. I don't know. It just kind of put things into perspective.
Right.
And then added to my process. So now, especially like now, I reflect sometimes where I'm like, yeah, it's pretty easy for me to cook up, especially if I'm already in that vibe, in that bag or whatever. But yeah, that's just like the experience and then having that validation throughout the process as well to say like, yo, I can do it too.
I love that.
That's super dope. So I mean, it's funny. Like it's not funny. It's interesting to me that you put it upon yourself to rep Brampton. And sometimes Brampton actually gets a bad rap in the media.
Not sometimes, bro. I'm sorry. No, it's all love to
90%
you.
of the time.
They like there isn't many good reps at Brampton.
So
As of lately, like their biggest guy is Tristan Thompson, bro, and he doesn't have a good rep.
oh,
And we're not gonna talk about the other guy right now. Respectfully, and you know where I stand on the other.
yeah.
guy, right? But no disrespect, bro.
So-
no
Nah,
disrespect.
none taken.
So
They
like,
don't have a good rep right now.
so do you think what you see in the media? Do you see it and be like, you know what, that's true, or like when you're experiencing life, it's like no, actually, it's different than what it's being portrayed as.
So I've definitely seen the bad rap that Brampton gets, and I'm gonna even throw it back to like the inception of Six Buzz and when like they started going viral, like that definitely fed into.
It was an
this
easy thing to
image.
poke at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like
I mean, some-
easy lob,
Some made it really easy.
bro. And then it's
Some of the drivers over there, you know, I've said this in the past.
Holy, bro,
factually
it's busting.
speaking,
I don't know how you have 3 lanes and still have bad drivers. Till this day, I don't understand it. Like in Markham,
Y'all
we
need
got
a
2
4th
lanes,
lane. Holy
you know,
shit.
and I get it.
Give
you
him
know,
a 5th.
we got a lot of, you know, I don't want to be, I'm just being real. We got a lot of, you know, Eastern people in that area.
Driving Markham's cooked. Super
You know,
cooked.
It is. It's super cooked. But then I went to Brampton and I'm like, bro, y'all got 3 lanes and still crashing. Like, something don't add up, bro.
sometimes, man, in North America and especially in this society, we have a lot of people chasing bigger dreams, going across landscapes to find a better life. And it's like, yo, in your country, you're driving on the opposite side of the road. So maybe, I don't know. It's a multitude of things.
Yeah, that
And
could be it.
yeah.
That's a good,
Especially since COVID, like a lot of new drivers coming on the road, and like the roads have changed since like pandemic into now, where it's like become more congested. So like, yeah, like the
You've
roads
been
are gonna be the
seeing-
roads.
You've been seeing that mafia. What is it? The Sikh war, or like what do they call it? The South Asian. Let me be politically correct. The South Asian war
Like
that's going
beef
on
and
over there.
stuff?
Yeah, that beef.
Not necessarily. I'm the type of person where I just
Like, is that
be
around?
about my business?
Is that around your area or any of that?
Not particularly, and I think that's also due to like I'm in a more residential area. It's more residential side.
Okay.
I feel like where beefs potentially could happen is where more people would congregate. So that's like the plazas or like
Because they blew up
other-
a couple stores or some stuff like that.
that. I didn't know.
Like shot up a bunch of stores and stuff.
It's a warfare.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just praying for peace out
Hey,
here,
bro,
man. I had
Brampton
no
is
clue.
shaky warrior
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. I want to comment on the driving part. Everything you said, basically, you meant to say just people pay for their driving licenses. That's
I have heard that as well. I have heard that as well, man.
That's
It's
crazy.
like I can only speak for like the
Yo,
artists of Brampton.
For real. You
As far as,
should
like,
you
the
know
roads.
this? This is a fact.
it's a
Yo,
thing, bro.
That's
Like,
crazy.
It's a
we read
thing.
some stuff at
Hey,
one point.
yo.
Like, no way. But
Hey, who we gotta talk to
I'm
about
not, bro.
Brampton?
Listen,
right?
Listen, bro.
They're hooking up my phone plan, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Hey, and I told you that shit is fraud, bro. That shit don't add up to me.
Shut up, Brampton.
Like Brampton just like throws it up, and it's like it's an easy
Bro, it's
lob.
a finesse,
I
bro.
honestly feel
Like 70 people living in one house, renting a
It's
bed.
like the world, going back to like the global, like people just moving from different parts of the world and whatnot. I feel like it's like you can even call it the North American dream to an aspect, you know? Like all of us or a majority of us came from somewhere. So it's like when you get here and it's not exactly what you thought, it's like some people are gonna have to do what they gotta do. Like at the end of the day, I suppose.
That's fair.
But like you're pretty busy. So like with all the things that you're saying, like that means you kind of go out of your way to put on for the artists and to uplift them and put a spotlight on them. Why do you do that? Why do you go out of your way?
So I personally feel like on one hand, like specifically to me when I was a photographer and videographer, I was like a piece of a bigger puzzle. So I understood already like playing a role and being in position and just like doing the best that you can do to make the bigger product shine. At the end of the day, man, because it's like the arts especially is like collaborative for the most part. Like yes, I can create in my own space and do whatever, but at the end of the day, if you got a bigger vision, you're gonna have to get a bigger team, right? Facts.
Everybody got to play their role.
That's it. So that's part of it. The other part of it was speaking of pandemic, there was an app called Clubhouse. So I had a little time on there, had a little club called Tap Into Toronto. Out of that, and okay, me being from Brampton, I had a club called Tap Into Toronto. But my vision for that was because I was in rooms where it was Atlanta, LA, New York, and it's like Mike Will made it talking about the time he ran into Metro Boomin when at this one shop and whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have never heard any sort of conversations like that pertaining to Toronto. Maybe I'm just not in the mix or whatever, but you know?
Right.
So to cultivate that, that's why I made the group, and it grew bigger than I expected. And then those conversations were happening and I was learning. But a particular guy, shout out to Shane Sterling, so he kind of took me aside and he's like, so you're from Brampton, but you made the thing called Tap Into Toronto. Like, what's going on here? Like, I be hearing too many people jack in Toronto and they're not from there. So
you're from Toronto.
Essentially, like I still
see the
explain
people
my
that say that.
background.
To me, the people that say like, "Oh, you from Brampton, but you're not from Toronto," it's like Greater Toronto area. Like the motherfucker that lives in New York in like the boonies up there, that lives in the suburbs of New York, he still claims to be from New York,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're the only city that have this like, if you're literally not from like Bloor and Yonge and then down to like Lakeshore, you're not from Toronto all of a sudden. It's like, what is this nonsense?
It's like, it's open. Nah,
you know what I mean? Toronto. It's like, oh, you're not from Toronto, but it's like the Greater Toronto area is literally called the GTA.
The name. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? So no, I don't agree with him. No offense to him.
No, yeah. I mean, it put things into perspective because also the point is like if I'm out of the country now, it might be very slowly changing, but it's hard for me to say like, yeah, I'm from Brampton, and they're like, what is Brampton? If I'm in LA or if I'm in New York or Toronto,
no one knows Brampton.
Sorry, you know.
They say you say Toronto, everybody
don't know.
Like,
yeah, but to his point though, I kind of took it in stride, and I was more like, I have this idea basically for like a music festival because this is honestly like coming out of the pandemic, so years after Roy Woods and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, like I can hit him up and see if he wants a bag, get him to perform on a festival. I'll figure out the other people. So I basically put this whole like pitch deck together for the city of Brampton to say like, yo, I got the connections, I got media people, whatever. Let's make this happen. I want to do a festival.
Fund it basically.
Well, whatever we got to do, right?
Yeah.
So the conversation started off as kind of like, so they didn't get back into the summer programming just yet because we were still like getting back into the swing of things. But they're like, what we can start you off with is a showcase. The stipulation with that though was to basically, I guess, make it more of a platform for not just Canadian artists, but like the arts in Brampton as well.
Yeah.
So it was very easy for me to be like, yeah, I can definitely champion Brampton because I already know so many like homies and whatnot that do what they do. But it's grown to the point where I have other people that like believe in it, like you guys especially coming to support.
Yeah, I pulled up, bro. It's so dope.
No, and I appreciate that. But it's like it's grown like beyond just that initial idea now, where it's like, yeah, I definitely gotta continue pushing and keep it going. Because at the end of the day, regardless, like I'm storytelling. I'm still myself, and I grew up where I did. So of course, I'm not gonna tell a fake story. I might as well keep it authentic.
That's hard.
So
Yeah.
That's it.
We're taking a break and we'll be right back. I want to touch back on a couple things that you said.
For sure.
we back?
You're editing it, so
Oh.
like we're not live. We've never been live.
And we're back. Saturday Night Live.
We can't talk about that on camera.
If you're trying to convince him that we're not live.
Guys, so
We live in this
He's got a
and
motherfucker.
he used to, bro. He used to come back and be like,
Bigger
"We live," and I'm
bigger
like, bro,
dreams.
we're
We
not
live.
fucking live, bro.
Editing now, and he still thinks
We're not fucking live.
Shout out Shab,
like,
I
chuckling
bet.
to himself as he's editing.
Yeah.
We are.
We live, baby.
Yeah.
We live. Live in the cut here with TCspades, Bigger
That's
Dreams.
That's it, man. Just bigger
why.
dreams. Real life though. live
Episode
show,
4, you already
yeah.
know.
Let me know.
Jeez.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, so you were talking about the shows and how you started that. What's the vision? Is there something outside? Again, no offense to Brampton, but is there something that's gonna go outside of Brampton? We're gonna reach the audience in Toronto or the GTA area.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So from the start, I knew that I just wanted to execute just the project in itself first. So
Right.
once I got that under my belt, I was able to kind of see what worked, see what didn't work, and then continue to grow from there.
How many
So
shows have you done?
Now we're about to actually end off our third season this Friday. So that's like 6, 7, 8 shows. Yeah,
That's
non-stop
amazing.
festivals. Yeah.
That's amazing. You know what? I went to one of the shows, and my experience was it's actually such a nice event. It was in the Rose Bowl Theater. Is that what it's called?
The Rose Theater, yeah.
The Rose Theater.
The
It's
Rose Bowl is the festival, actually.
Okay, Rose
Yeah.
Theater.
The
It's a nice venue in Brampton. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
shout
So
out
like
the Rose,
they
man.
they did a really good job constructing that building, and
Ajuki performed.
Yeah, I had her perform at one of the
Right,
shows,
right,
yeah.
right, right.
it's a really
Shout out to
nice
Jim.
That's when you said
venue.
it, that name.
Yeah.
It got,
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And you pulled. I went to the show where you had I don't know the other artists, but specifically people who've been on this podcast, Shanika and John Kabongo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo,
Right.
Heavy
yeah.
hitters.
About that
Heavy
too,
hitters.
yeah.
Shout out to them too.
Yeah.
They
Shout
really
out
represented.
John and Shanika.
I actually came to support Shanika and John, and then while I was at the show, I seen a banner with your face on it, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, and it was dope, and I was just like, damn, like, this guy curated this event, like, people are having a good time here. I brought someone from work with me, and
Yeah.
they
Shout
they
out
actually
the homie.
they actually told me like, wow, like this was such a good local show. You would never expect this.
Outside of Toronto.
Outside of Toronto, like just
Brought
in the
your work girl?
suburbs.
Right?
No,
Why you quiet?
nah,
just
none
a
of that,
question.
none of that, none of that, none of
I
that.
said it was the homie.
None of that.
It was
You
the
said-
mandem.
He didn't say the man. That's
None of
why
that.
Lie?
None of that.
I wanted to know.
The ones who
what-
don't know?
Yeah.
None of that. But
Yeah,
no, honestly, it was so sick to see that you
Appreciate
like pull and you do multiple shows. Like, as someone who just came, like, I want to give you your flowers. Like, that's like,
Thank you.
it's not easy to curate an event. It's not easy to like pull certain names and like have like a good lineup of artists enough for people to come and sell tickets. Like that's a whole other thing.
Facts. I think definitely. So on one hand, like the goal, as you were asking before, is to grow it like outside of Brampton, but still have it in Brampton. So I
Right.
want to like keep what's already going, and then now expand it to Toronto, Mississauga, wherever I can go with it. It grew from just the showcase, the Rising Vibe showcase, to the Rising Vibe showcase in the festival. And then I was like, I need an extra piece in there so that I can actually like intake people who might just be interested or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have the sowing seed sessions. So that's a new thing that I'm now working in, where it's
What's
like,
that?
it's kind of like a workshop experience. So shout out to Sunny Diamonds again. He provided his space for this past season for us to hold these workshop sessions. The first one was like, so each of them we have an engineer in the room, invite a bunch of artists, mostly the performing artists of the showcase, and then any other extra homies I want to roll. And like, it's like a no pressure environment where if you
Kinda
wanted
like
to
a writing
record,
camp.
pardon?
Kind of like a rating camp.
Almost, but like that's
Okay.
not even like the entire goal. Like the people are there, like the engineer, and we have the studio set up. But
Right.
like the first session, we had some homies actually get something going, so I still need to like follow up on that. But they're ready to continue that record. Second session was literally just conversation, and just because we're talking about music videos, rollouts, and just like a whole bunch of different creative stuff. But
Right.
like it was still something gained by everybody in it. So I try and like foster.
Still organized.
At the end of the day,
Yeah,
like, we
even
have
though
our
it's conversations,
time.
it was organized.
Yeah, like with things that like what I'm trying to basically do with the sowing seeds sessions is like literally planting seeds. So whether it's like you want to perform next or you're just trying to get to the next stage in your career, like that's just an easy space to network and do that kind of stuff. And then, next step is the showcase and then the festival. So if I can bring that like system in itself to Toronto or other places where we can like make it bigger and service like other communities more specifically, that's really what we're aiming for.
So the bigger dream / bigger goal is to have a festival.
Well, we have the festivals. I'm trying to boom it. I'm trying to have like Downsview Park or like some big ass space. Ontario Place. Like I would bring it over
that's a
there.
big spot.
Get like the Budweiser stage.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Really turn
CNE.
it up. Whatever, bro. CNE grounds would be insane, but I'd do it. Get some
CNE grounds would be
amusement
insane.
park rides or something. But yeah, and sorry. So to your point now about putting the stuff together, like the city of Brampton is definitely a big help in that because they already had the platform and everything. They've had the space. It's just now recently they're trying to, I guess, engage the community more. So I just happen to be in the right place at the right time because I built my deck, I did all my research, and then I approached them. And then at the same time, they're like, okay, we can't do a festival now, but we can do this. And they meet me with like the space. They have the technical support and certain like resources. And then it's kind of on me now as the curator to basically put together the marketing, the branding, and all that kind of stuff and get everyone together. So I'd say the first 2 seasons I did it on my own, and then I'd bring in friends to help where I could. But now with this last season, we've like solidified the team. Right. Shout out like Ashana, SK, and T Will, and then my brother Malik. We've all been able to, they've all lended their skills basically to propel this forward. So what you came to see was getting towards that point. We were like putting the team together, but yeah, like just as far as making sure that it's a whole experience, because that's always been my thing with the showcases specifically. Right. Even when I got into music and I got into certain places where I could like start creating opportunities for others, it became a thing of like, I've experienced certain things as a videographer and as like an artist earlier on where I was like, okay, if I have the power to like make sure someone has a better experience than me, then I'll cultivate that.
Right.
So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, just
that's a
try and,
cool
like,
way to look at it.
Bring the right people into the space and just actually be cognizant about like, what is the experience for not only the audience, but the creatives like taking part in it, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That's super cool, man. Nah, that's dope, man. Yeah, you know, like, there's a lot that goes into it, man. And like, you know, I'm even listening to you talk right now. I'm just like, you know what? It's hard to balance pouring into yourself and pouring into these initiatives that you have going on where you're, you know, uplifting other artists and, you know, giving them a spotlight and stuff. So, you know, and that's actually a big reason I wanted you on the show, is just because, like, you know, you got a lot to you and you got a lot to your story, and like, you know, I wanted to highlight it. So, you know, thank you for coming on, and thank you for sharing these like different things that you're pursuing. Like, it's cool. Here, and you know, at that show, I actually I met Trezor.
Yeah.
And I've been meaning to meet him because, like, yo, shout out Relentless Diaries. They're just
shout out Zoe.
Yo,
and the whole
they're going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I noticed from a distance. I'm like, yo, that's one of your close homies, right? So I wanted you to speak on that relationship. Like, what does that relationship mean to you?
Nah, that's really like my bro for real. Kind of met in high school, more so became like really tight in university, but he was one of those people that we were just on the same kind of timing. Right. So same way how I was talking about, if someone's bringing me the energy and they're like, yeah, this is what I do, like I'm trying to whatever, and it makes sense, I'm like, let's do it. So it was definitely one of those. Wow. At the time when we started like really clicking up to make things, I was a videographer and he was already doing what he was doing. So I was kind of like bringing extra help to what he already established. Over the years, it's definitely grown. Like,
his platform is massive.
Yeah, and
he's
like
got a big audience.
I wasn't even there from like the ground floor, but like even before that, like I know he's been putting in his time, and he really like grinded at it to like gain the things that he's getting now. But yeah, like our relationship, we've grown tighter as homies, and then anything that he kind of needs help wise, like I'll step in where it makes sense. Right. But yeah, no, that's just my bro. So whatever, you know, we rocking the long way. That's it.
I love that.
That's what's up. That's
genuine energy right there.
That's it.
That's what that is.
So, you know, we've covered a lot of things about the past, but you know, you haven't dropped in a minute, and you explained to it, but you know, let's talk about it. Like, what
sounds like your manager, eh?
I know. He's like, I don't know. These timelines is tight right now.
What should people be expecting from TCspades in the next coming months?
Coming months, well, immediately we have the next Rising Vibe showcase, the final one of the season, this Friday.
This Friday.
At the Rose Theater inside the studio, 8 o'clock.
Rising Vibe is called?
Rising Vibes.
You ever thought about reaching out to Rise in Scarborough?
Oh, yeah. Shout out those people. I think when it makes sense, definitely, I'm about it. Shout out to Mustafa. He's one of the homies over at My Stand organization. So I got to learn about like the not-for-profit space there. So between him and like Rise, those are definitely people I want to tap into where it makes sense and I can make it like a mutually beneficial thing. But definitely that. Might have the festival cooking up for this July. We're putting some bigger things together. That's also going to be at the Rose Theater in Brampton.
Okay. How do I get an artist on there?
Just talk to me. Let's figure it out.
Well, let's say I don't know you.
Oh. Yeah. So, if you don't know me,
I might hit you up.
If he wasn't him,
but like,
if he wasn't who he was.
No, I'm just saying, like, let's say, you know, an artist manager or just a homie of an artist that is watching this and it's like, yo, I want to get my boy, I want to get my client on this.
For sure.
What's the process like?
We have the Instagram page at Rising Vibes Present or Presents. That's on Instagram. You can reach out via DM. We have our email there, but specifically we have a link in the bio where we have an artist submission page. Right. So we have that specifically just because we are potentially cooking up another season. I mean, basically we are. But so it's gonna. I'm
you heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm not
Cat's out the bag.
But fall winter 2024-2025 we got some shows slated. So by applying early through the link in bio, it makes it easier for the team to kind of sift through and get everyone organized for the upcoming shows.
So for the show for July, you've already
that one's a little bit different just because it's a festival that has to be more kind of Brampton specific.
So it'd be only Brampton artists.
Yeah. Again, for that, same channels. Instagram.
Artists, change your
change your location.
Change your location.
Change your location to Brampton.
Say, if you can finesse them, you know.
So
I didn't know.
The festival in July.
The same place where you buy the shit at the driving school. You could go to the same place.
Right next door. Sign your name. That's it. One-stop shop.
So you're saying the July festival is more Brampton
specific
artists.
Yeah.
And that would be summertime vibe. And then moving forward,
fall, winter,
you can do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, festival that's specifically that open to the public, regardless of where you are from. You can come and have a great time.
Okay.
That's the main thing. But artist wise, yes, that's.
I was trying to sneak in an artist in the July one.
Hey, we can figure it out. So like, we're still kind of figuring.
We can make it Mississauga, Brampton type shit.
I'll talk to you. I know you. I'll talk
Caledon.
to you. No, I don't want to fuck around with that.
Definitely want this year to bring just the whole experience that I've been talking about, like to different parts of the city. So fingers crossed. Hopefully, like summer going into fall, winter, we're gonna look about bringing it to somewhere else in addition to Brampton.
Okay.
But to be dated.
Like that.
Yeah.
So, if you can, how is the process? How do you guys choose? You mentioned submit. The team goes through that. Can you talk a little bit about that process?
Yeah. So I feel like this past season was also the first where we really got organized and followed the system. And it's definitely benefited. Because especially from the first 2 seasons, bare people just in passing after shows, yo, good show, how do I get on? And it's like so many quick conversations. It's hard to keep track of everybody that asks. I'm sorry. So by submitting, I already get certain questions out the way on that Google form where it's like, okay, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. I can get a taste of like what your music is and what the whole vibe is.
Right.
From there, honestly, from like end of summer, basically, me and the team reconvene and just kind of go through each submission and kind of gauge it and make it make sense. Where it's like, okay, what is the best, you know what I mean? We kind of try and curate it in a way that makes sense so we're not just throwing random people together. Like, even though random good people could sound good, I still want to make sure that there is like a little bit of cohesion and just like what to expect.
So you're not putting like a trap artist with an R&B artist?
Not necessarily. I have had, like, some people might have some records, so you might get trap and R&B in the same room for a night. But yeah, for the most part, I try and do curate it so it's like a cohesive experience. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah.
That's super cool.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Guys, now you know.
Now you
if
got,
you know him.
You shook me down. Wait, you guys know the facts.
So, I love knowing you as a curator. But back to you as an artist. I'm just curious, like, you know, you're building something, and it seems like these next coming years are going to be the most important years of your career. So,
Definitely.
that being said, what kind of legacy are you looking to leave?
Honestly,
That's a great question.
yeah, he's getting into them like like we're getting
I'm
the
pressing you,
levels.
bro.
I like it though.
Full court
Trying
press.
to get
I
to
like
know you
it.
now.
Facts. I think for me, so when I was doing like the whole videography thing and then I stepped into music, like obviously I had like ideas of like, yes, people might think like, oh, someone who's just going from one medium to another, like they don't know what they want to do per se. And it's like, not, I didn't have a clear vision with the videography. So that was part of why I was able to step out, because the music space made more sense to me.
Right.
So once I stepped into that space, then I was like, okay, if I'm going to be an artist, I have to like have like a reason and that, you know what I mean? Something that I can stay authentically true to. So for me, I've always said that like I'm just trying to be successful so I can like affect positive change in the communities that I represent,
Right.
the Black community, the community of Brampton, the Greater Toronto area, and just try and like be like affect change and be that inspiration for the kids that are like myself. You know what I mean? Kids just on YouTube, just curious as shit, and
Right.
it's like I don't even know anything about the city, and then I don't know, you find someone that's like, yo, I think I want to try what they're doing.
Yeah.
So just like affecting that positive change both through the music I release and then the things that I'm actually able to do with business and through my experience and everything with like the showcases and whatnot.
Yo, let me know if I'm wrong, but it seems like to me on my like from my perspective, hearing you like from the curating side, I feel like you're making a point to like provide a better experience for people in the future than what you had growing up.
Absolutely, 100%. Even when I was a videographer, just certain things that I'd experienced on the way to making things make sense. It's like there's like a multitude of different people with different reasons of why they do things in this world. So I've had people who have like taken advantage of me, or I've had people who have like just finessed me or whatever, like whatever the case may be.
Right.
Like I had to learn from it. But if I'm able to just like share that experience vocally and then create a better experience for other people, it's like, why not? Like at the end of the day, that's still me being true to like, you know what I mean? Creating that change and being that beacon, that as I planned.
It's like Michael said, change starts with the man in the mirror, and you're kind of doing that with yourself. You know, you're putting your foot forward and saying, okay,
Absolutely.
this is what I want to do
Shout
to
out
change
Michael, man.
certain things. I love that, bro, because a lot of people in the city complain about the city. That's why, to me, I never really like, I just look at the city, I'm like, the city's growing. We got to be patient with it.
That's it.
And a lot of us are not.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us want right now.
Literally,
tomorrow.
bro, sorry, not to cut you off.
No,
but
no, go
that
ahead.
right there, that also fueled me at the time when so in between making the Clubhouse group, it booming, and we have bare conversations, interactions and everything, that was the one thing I heard consistently in most conversations of like, we don't have enough support, we don't have enough resources, we're not anything like the States, like da-da-da. And it made me
we
realize
can never
it's
be like the States in terms of numbers, because
for sure.
the States, like just number wise, they have 360 million, probably like 400 million,
Like
including
people.
the illegal
Yeah,
immigrants,
that was a
including
whole
the
other
ones-
thing.
including the ones
But-
that jump
And
on
they're
the
tapped
wall,
in.
you know?
But like that
And they
being
are
said,
tapped in because they're making money
Yeah.
and spending.
They got
It's
it,
a
you know?
consumer world there,
yeah,
right? Where it's not the same here. So we can never compare funding and things like that to the States. We still can have a budget here. It'll never be as big as the States, but
yeah.
if we are patient and if we are, you know,
Active.
actually actively working towards that, you can create something.
Yep, that's it. Literally, all of that, I was like, let me be the change that I want to see. So that's what pushed me in that direction.
Funny you say that, because that's one of the things that me and him were talking about when we first started. And because we had a couple of the phases of this podcast. Not to take it away from you, but kind of
No.
relates to what you're saying. Where, you know, we wanted to talk about music and ball, and then we wanted to talk about music and like artists in America. And then I looked at him and I said, bro, like, we're in Toronto. We gotta show Toronto.
Yeah.
We gotta put on Toronto. You know, shit, my bad. We gotta
Hard
put
hitting
on.
point.
Yeah.
Big emphasis.
Right?
We gotta put on.
Big
Toronto,
exclamation
you know what I mean?
point.
Yeah.
We gotta bring artists. We gotta bring people that are doing things in Toronto. Give them the flowers. You know, showcase what they're doing
Facts.
to the people of Toronto, so Toronto sees, yo, there are
This is
people
what's
that
happening.
are working for Toronto,
Absolutely.
right? Rather than just to sit there and say, oh, Toronto's trash.
Yeah, be part of the change.
Okay, well, you don't think any major city is the same?
Literally.
You think everybody's happy in another major city?
Living
Have
it
y'all
up.
went to New York? Nobody's happy over there.
Mad as shit for no reason.
You know what I'm saying? Have you went to Chicago? Have you went to London? It pisses me off because motherfuckers think that, oh, London is so much better. It's like, do y'all know what London's like? No, you don't.
Right?
My voice is gone too.
But it's true. You're speaking facts, bro.
Nah, I feel
Go
it,
until it's all the way gone, brother. Keep spitting facts till it's all the way gone.
This episode.
We're- too long, I'm telling you.
We're tapped in, bro.
It's
That's
not
it.
We're
that,
tapped in
but
with you.
That's the thing. It's like,
The grass is greener
what
mentality.
it's like, well, no, water your grass. And then
Where
that
you
part.
are.
Now, I'm an advocate for, like, if you are an artist, yes, you have to leave the city just due to the numbers game and the budget. Excuse me. Unfortunately, it's not even unfortunately, it's just a reality. The numbers here just what they are.
Yeah.
So don't look into, yo, I gotta get a label deal here, or I gotta make it. It's like, no, as an artist, as a creative, go outside, but still come back and put on for your city.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still do shows in your city, still do seminars in your city, and show the younger generation, yo, there's a way out.
Facts.
Bro, most of the industry, when it comes to writing and producing in the music industry,
Toronto.
are people from Canada,
I believe it.
and specifically Toronto.
Yeah.
But Toronto just has this like, oh, why you, why not me?
Yeah.
We need to stop.
We play
this-
victim as a city.
Yeah.
Play victim.
Yeah.
And we have this like cool, like high school cool.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
mentality
Yeah.
That needs to just die.
Mm-hmm.
Like this Toronto famous thing.
Nah.
I don't want to talk too much because I love certain people that are in these circles and like I'm cool with them. I don't consider myself a cool guy.
You're pretty cool, bro. I don't know, man.
I
You're one of the coolest people I know,
normal.
to be real. That's why you're on this bitch.
I'm just a normal human, you know, but I look at certain people and it's like, but we need to be a little more humble and we need to figure out, like yourself, figure out how to help our communities,
Facts.
our people, to see the bigger vision, to see the
Absolutely.
bigger picture, to see the bigger dream.
Woo, this got bars.
Up, bro.
And you know, like
I'll be right back. I really
yeah, you're good.
bro.
You're good. And it's interesting that like you spoke about that, because like that's kind of like it leads up to my next question, right? Like speaking of all that, yo, you got slimed, you've had opportunities, you've had everything, right? Like in your opinion, like when you go through it, like what do you make of the Toronto scene?
I think my opinion has not changed since like 2020, 2021, but in much how homie said, it's like a growing city here in Toronto and just like the GTA.
Yeah.
I think it's just like a young city in terms of like the industry and a lot of, you know, certain things, even social media, just the platforms in itself. Like it took a while for the industry to get to a point to where we have the Drakes and the Weekends, the Justin Biebers and all these different people. And now we're in a new age that's post them. You know what I mean? So we're still definitely building and growing, but I think I'm gonna definitely keep pushing. And if there's other people who are
What's
also
your
on the same
experiences
kind of
on
wave,
it?
like with Toronto specifically,
Like with Toronto artists, like do you feel like you have good experiences? Like do you feel like it depends on the interaction? Like
I can't necessarily say I've had like bad interactions. Like the people that I have like interacted with specifically have all been dope with me. I guess like just the things that you see in social media and like the things that are portrayed sometimes, it's like, yeah, it could be in a better light or whatever. But I guess like, yeah, me specifically, I've never encountered anything like negative as far as like the artists and whatnot. Is there, I can't even really say there's like a division per se, but like I just interact with the people that I interact with. And if I'm in a space where there's another homie, for example, I ran into Smiley in LA. I don't know him, but like he was good. He was chill. He's like, yo, what's up? Just quick dap up. So it's like, cool, we good. That's it.
you know who is that like that for me? Paisley.
AR Paisley?
Yeah, I seen him one
out to
time. It
homie.
was on my birthday actually.
Crazy.
And I seen him. I just dapped him out outside of Toronto, somewhere downtown, and yeah, he was very nice about it.
Super
And, like,
chill.
Yeah.
First time I met him a couple years ago, also because of
Is he from Brampton too?
no, he's from
Saga.
Mississauga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
So
okay.
shout out him, Diallo, the whole Paisley gang. But met him a couple years ago. Super chill, super nice. And then even his manager Diallo, like we off Clubhouse like connected after that. Super chill guy.
Yeah,
all good.
That's
vibes.
so dope. And like, yo, honestly, man, I appreciate lyricists and people who bar up. He's one of the city's finest when it comes to being a lyricist. Like I'm so happy that he's getting traction and like he's starting to get a bit more popularized, because I think he was in the underground for too long for how good he was spitting. That's crazy, man. So like, who are some of the artists that stand out to you from the city? Do you want to shout anyone out?
Yeah, I mean, you guys pointed out John Kabongo. He be going crazy. Shout out John. Who else can I say? Shout out Ajuki. Shout out Shanika. There's bare people, bro. Shout out BB Boy.
Nice.
Damn, bro, so many names.
Shout out Thelonious one time.
Thelonious, bro. Thelonious is cool.
Yeah, he's been
I met
spitting.
him in passing. That guy is energy.
Yeah.
That guy is energy. Yeah, bro. Like, I'm just running through so many faces right now.
Tamir.
The name is familiar. I'm not sure if I actually met Tamir.
Tamir's pretty crazy.
Word.
Claremont
the second. Met him in passing. He's cool. He's been doing his thing.
there's some dope artists, man.
Bro,
Sorry
literally
about
so
this.
many to name.
Good.
So many to name, but
What I miss?
We're just shouting out Toronto
Guys,
artists.
I just had to clear myself.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Yo, it's a Chinese flu game.
Yeah, this is a Michael Jordan game.
It's Chinese flu game, bro.
Yeah.
I be Scottie Pippen just holding him through, bro.
That's crazy. That is wild.
This is the flu game episode.
the flu game.
That is
episode.
wild. We talking about Toronto artists.
Yeah, man.
You want to shout out any Toronto?
They want to shout out shout out Kenya Jade.
Kenya.
Shout out
Kenya.
Shout out
Everything
shout out
O'Shawn.
TCspades,
The gang.
John, Shanika,
I shouted out Tamir, Claremont.
Tamir. I was about to go.
Yeah,
Claremont.
yeah.
Claremont is one of my guys. Fuck with his shit. Tamir is like, I love Tamir. That's my brother.
That boy's
shout
special.
out Boyfriend. Shout out Terrell Morris. Shout out King Quinn.
Shout out Nova.
Shout out King Quinn.
My homie Nova.
Shout out Nova.
Shout out Nova.
Shit, I don't know off the top right now.
Like, I need
I was just telling him, yo, on my birthday when we saw Paisley in passing, AR Paisley.
I wasn't there.
You were there.
Where?
It was my birthday, bro.
Where was this? Where was I?
So how old were you?
I can't leak the details because I want to respect Paisley's privacy. So I'm just. We'll talk about
on
it
your
after.
birthday, you were at Colty.
It was like couple birthdays ago.
Oh, so you gotta I can't. You saying on my birthday. Last thing I know, you're at Colty.
I know, but I
had to kick one of my friends out. That's the only thing I remember. We'll be right back. We'll talk about that in a second.
Like, we didn't need your phone and all. Fuck
all that. I'm a good guy, bro. I'm just a suburban kid, bro.
Kids out
Suburban
I'm
kids
not
out here.
fucking down for none of that.
here. Just trying to
Bigger
some legal
dreams.
money
Season
That's
2,
hilarious.
episode 4. TC Spades in the cut.
out here.
Yo, so TC, this has been an amazing episode.
Definitely has.
We chopped it up. We learned new things about you. Kind of shed light on some of the things that you're doing. But, kind of speaking about the Toronto scene and some of the things that we were talking about earlier, like you've experienced a lot of challenges, right? Whether it's navigating this scene, whether it's getting slimed, fallouts, whatever the case may be. You go through a lot of things in your journey as an artist, right? How do you cope with the challenges that you go through as an artist and just you as an individual, as a person, human being?
Yeah. I try and reposition, I guess, challenges as like lessons. So things that I can like learn from. And it definitely changes depending on the scenario, of course. So whether it's like challenges in the business space or like specifically with the music. But I think the best thing that I can do and what I've been able to do since, especially transitioning from the video work to music, is like practicing that kind of balance of being able to have a cup to pour from before I like pour into other things.
Right.
So like even if it's just like conflict solution of any kind of sorts, like just being able to, I guess like recharge myself. That's really the main thing. So whether it's working out, writing, going for like a walk, or just getting air and just like reconnecting with my people, I feel like that is the easiest way for me to like tackle these things. Because especially when you're dealing with other people or just anything else to take your attention off of, it gives you the time to kind of, when you do come back and refocus, you have a new energy, you have a new perspective, like coming back to it with.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like in your recent years, you've had challenges of like spreading yourself too thin and pouring yourself out in too many directions. And then do you feel overwhelmed when it's not enough for the stuff that you're trying to do, like as an artist?
So I think the thing was transitioning between the video work and the artistry. I was able to work out those kinks in the video work because I absolutely had no connections, and it was just, I was the resource that was trying to make like business make sense.
You're the messenger.
Exactly.
Through
so
video format.
In video format, man. So it's like, yeah, there's different people in different places, whatever their motives may be. Like certain situations didn't work out how they could have. But yeah, I think definitely at those times I was able to learn just like balancing like the work and the life balance. Like I've burnt out doing that kind of stuff. I've hit rock bottom, but what pushed me was like, okay, that was that experience. What can I learn from it, and how do I push forward from here? Because at the end of the day, like, especially with storytelling, I'd hit the rock bottom, but I'm like, well, I'm not gonna just drop what I'm doing, because I obviously care about what I'm doing. I care about like trying to be a storyteller and just get these things out.
Yeah.
So it just kind of became a thing of like just repositioning and refocusing. It's like, okay, from those starting days too, I always like looked at life as like, okay, you are like here, and there's like a bunch of different puzzle pieces around you. So it's up to you to like fit it together however it makes sense, you know?
I love that.
And then
It's a pretty cool way of looking at it.
I love that.
Do my best, man.
You guys were talking about Toronto artists, and then you talked about the guy that we saw that I remember. But what I wanted to ask you actually is I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm sorry to do this to you.
It's all good.
Name me 3 artists from Toronto that you want to do music with.
That's a good question.
You want to collaborate on music with.
Yo, you're shooting your shot right now.
Shooting my shot. Definitely Roy Woods. There's one time where we were like, yeah, we definitely got to get in the studio. So just waiting for that to line up schedule wise.
I know you don't watch us, but if you do watch us, yo, holla at your boy TC.
We got mixed emotions here. We're ready for you.
He said we could mix it up some more. And, shout out the homie though. Yeah, definitely him. I'd say Party Next Door. I've definitely consumed enough of his music to say like I enjoy it, but I think I could get in the studio and throw down. Okay. And who can I throw in as the last one? I guess I'm gonna go all the way OVO. I'd say Drake, but in the sense of like, yeah, let's get that one off, and then whatever we gotta do, you can come out to the one show. You don't gotta do too much,
right?
Just enough to see people that are fucking with the kid, and then we can like pump up Brampton some more, and that's it.
No Tory.
I don't know how controversial we were trying to be, but I would also.
I mean, he's from Brampton though. No, you don't want to do
all like.
This has nothing to do with his fucking legal fucking issues, bro. It's artists we want to collaborate with.
You're moving like chromas right now. You're definitely a setup thing. But, okay, so aside from the big artists, which upcoming artists or artists that are that you look up, not up to, but you look at them like peers?
Yeah.
Or having existing relationships with.
Or having that you would want to work with. As on top of those that you've named.
For sure.
Which names that you've named are great.
No, yeah, thank you. Definitely John Kabongo.
Okay.
I'm actually like I'm working on putting something together with him and some other artists, but like if we've talked about it, like we can get in, we'll definitely throw down. That'll be a good vibe.
Yeah.
It's already a good vibe like initially.
Yeah. John is dope people, man.
No, for sure.
Great energy.
I'd say Shanika. I think from like what I've heard and just being in the room, because she was at one of those sessions. She was supposed to pull up to the Sowing Seed session, but good vibe, great performance, loved all of it. And then a third peer. I think I'll throw in the homie NC Capo.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be hosting at our next showcase just now.
Okay.
But that's been the homie for a little while. I know he can bar up and do his thing, and we've even freestyled. But like, yeah, I think if we got in the studio and did some, Like a little bit. I'm in the
Give
sense
us
of
something
like.
right now, bro. I'm putting you on the spot.
Guess it put me on the
Yeah,
spot.
give us something for
bro,
bigger
give us something
dreams,
right
bro.
now.
For bigger dreams. Oh,
Jeez.
y'all are really doing this right now.
Chuck. I'm not doing that. I have no
We're
words,
gonna-
bro.
No, you don't
Get
have
the
to.
beat.
You don't have to. This guy
No,
got
I would
nervous.
love to. I would love to hear something.
Nah, if
Even
I
like,
were to
you
try
know,
right
for-
now, that shit would come out like spoken word.
Okay, poetry.
Poetry.
I'll give you the poetry.
Get some
He said,
poetry,
"Get
bro.
something." They said something about like you need a bigger dream. You need a bigger team to get to the bigger dream.
Ooh.
Feeling like Wu-Tang Clan, dreaming about the cream.
Ooh.
Feeling like a boat, no Willie, but I got the steam.
Ooh.
What else?
we go. That's how you get them for free, man.
Bars,
Nah, I'll
man.
play you some shit after. though.
Okay.
Bars.
That's a preview.
Pawn your
I'm
head
just
top.
chatting, bro.
He's
Like,
just
Yeah,
having
here
fun.
first.
He's just having fun with it.
That's it.
TCspades
I love that, bro.
season 2, episode
I
4.
love that. So you be outside too, bro. You be throwing parties at clubs and stuff.
a little bit. They be asking me to show face.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
Okay.
When do you show up to a Libertine, bro?
Let's talk about it, bro. I'm down. I love Libertine.
I'm just a security guard.
Yeah,
over there.
Libertine's
I
a
ain't
good
gonna lie to
vibe.
you.
But I know you're the guy though. So
Oh,
that's
he's
like-
the guy
Every
there.
time I see him, I gotta show. Well, I gotta show respect regardless.
I'm
But
not
especially
a
when I'm
guy
dapping
over
him
there,
up, it's
bro.
like I see. Everyone's watching.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, he
He's
fucks
got
with
the
them?
earpiece
Okay, yeah,
in,
TC's
bro.
good. TC's good.
He's
Well, I gotta
calling,
let
was
you
in and
know
out.
that's what it was. I was just- Listen, that's my pee.
Sounds like a keyhole
Yo,
to me.
yo, he's like,
Nah, chill.
Yo.
Don't do that.
yo, he's
You putting me here. You saying I'm a fucking no.
One of them was.
I'm not none of
Nah,
that.
rocket shop.
Nah,
But yeah,
he's
shout
the
out to
curator
Libertine,
at
bro.
Libertine, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
just a security
put me on,
guard.
bro. I've performed in there. I've been in the DJ
You
booth supporting
performed in
homies. Yeah, shout out Ajuki. Shout out Ajuki and Key
Yeah,
Radio.
yeah.
They gave me
Oh,
like
okay, yeah. That's
a 1-2
what's up.
performance. Blex actually, I did a performance with him out there too.
That's what's
Shout out
up.
to
Nice,
homie.
nice.
Yeah,
You gotta
him
talk
and
to
I.
what's his name? You just mentioned him too.
Forky.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need to circle back
Shout
with
out Forky,
Forky.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
shout out to Forky,
Don't
man.
get mad at me. I forgot you for a quick sec.
Bro, one of the first conversations we had was in Libertine because I was like, I know your name, but I don't know exactly what you do. And
Yeah.
he told me, and I was like, I couldn't help but be like, holy shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, but you're a guy. I rate it. But like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
good energy. He's always.
Hey,
always
shout
doing
out
it.
him. I mean, we'll talk too if
Yeah.
anything, but yeah.
I'm
I'd say
down.
Forky's a better source to
For
hit up
sure.
Yo,
I've been
TC.
hearing that too, but he's good
I'm
energy.
not the guy with the key, bro.
But you can bring me into that conversation, and Forky's like, oh, you're with him? All right, we good. We
Stop that.
Facts,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Facts.
good. Nah.
Yo, TC. Yo, what's a venue you'd really like to perform in Toronto?
Like, any venue?
Yeah.
I guess the ACC, Scotiabank
on,
Arena.
bro.
That's an easy one. Or
Come on, bro.
the Sky
Okay,
Dome.
but even like okay, let's say in like 5 years from now, like what's like a
5 years from now.
you could even shout out like a smaller venue that you'd like to like perform at.
Oh, okay. So
Why
I
you
got
killing his
two.
bigger dreams? bro?
I'm not, bro.
Yo, don't
He
kill
said,
his bigger
"Shrink your
The
dreams."
man went from fucking ACC to Rogers Center, and you telling him a smaller venue.
Too big.
You a hating ass, bro. What's wrong with
Nah,
you?
nah,
A hating
nah.
ass.
Nah,
I like
just,
it, though.
Shout out
He's-
some venues.
He's
you
like,
know?
Nah,
give
bro.
some steps to the
No, because then when
process.
he actually performs at these venues, we can come back to this episode,
He's like, yo,
right?
he said it.
Versus waiting till he fucking goes to the fucking. Come on, man.
ACC.
All right,
Like
yo.
way back in 2024. Nah,
History.
I would definitely, yeah, I do history. I was gonna say
History
I
is
would
a
run
good
back the Rivoli because I performed
okay.
there for North by Northeast
the
in like
Rivoli.
2022. Great experience.
Yeah.
And then the homie, before we even got the show going, he's like, "Yo, if you want to come back, like let's talk about it. Like you have my contact, let's do it up."
I love that.
I'd love to go back and show some love, like pack it out.
Right.
Would love to do I guess I'm already doing the Rose Theater, but if I can like headline on the main stage, that would be cool. Show some hometown love.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mod Club, like maybe just for the
Mod Club.
vibes, just for the throwback. Axis Club, sorry.
I'm fucking with you.
I'm calling
only
it the
call
ACC
it-
and the Sky Dome.
I'm
so
only
call
calling
Mod
it a Mod Club too.
Yeah,
Fuck all that shit.
bare history in there, man.
Huge history. in that
Yeah.
place, bro.
So yeah,
A lot of history.
to like be able to add my name to like those places, that's definitely something.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
That's so dope, man.
Yeah.
Nah, yo, honestly, thank you so much, TC, for coming on. Like, I was actually just
Appreciate
thinking
y'all.
right now, like, yo, at the end of the day, like, people can have major, big, charismatic personalities on a podcast, but we're just so fortunate that, like, you know, we have guests like TC who are, like, outside of just being, like, a good personality to get to know, like, you're actually just a dope human being and, like,
Thank you.
Genuine.
you know, like, yeah, someone
Very
real, and we're
genuine,
so
bro.
lucky that we don't
Appreciate y'all.
actually, like, have to, like, pull stunts or, like, be with people or have guests that we don't really fuck with, but we're just, like, trying to you know, they have a big profile or
I
a
don't
big
really
status.
fuck with you, and I'm still here.
Look
so,
at that, bro. You love me, bro. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
okay.
Yo, who else? Who else? After you have a fucking dope ass flu game, who else is gonna fucking carry you to the bench
Right.
to fucking Phil Jackson,
Yeah,
buddy?
so who else
So we
is
can
your
fucking
Scotty?
do yoga tomorrow morning, buddy.
You said you need a 33 to 23. Recognize.
Come on, bro. Come on. I'm
Yeah,
with
that's
you,
terrible,
bro.
Ride or
Michael
die.
ain't never do no yoga.
Yeah, he did, bro.
No,
Come
my
on,
God,
So you
bro.
ain't- you ain't watch,
that guy was drunk.
what was that shit called?
Just betting.
The what was the show they had? Damn, he had his whole documentary.
The Last Dance?
Yeah, he's like, ain't no last dance without no flu game. He said, recognize me,
He's
brother.
capping, bro. Did you see how they're going on that bullshit tour or something? You didn't see how the Horace Grant, Scotty, and someone else
That's so cooked.
they're going on a tour.
Like a podcast tour?
No, they're going on a tour.
A drinking
talk-
tour?
No, to talk about the Last Dance. What was the name of it? I think it was called
That's a
Oh,
Bullshit,
fuck,
the
man.
bullshit, or
Bullshit
no
tour.
bullshit tour.
Bro,
Get it how you
people
live.
from 50 to 70 demographic would love that
Eating
tour.
that up.
No, they're
bro.
starting in Australia.
That's
And
crazy.
the whole thing,
It makes sense.
the whole thing is them talking about the Last Dance documentary.
So it's like a director's cut.
Yeah,
live.
and it's like they're trying to show how Michael painted that Last Dance thing
That's so crazy.
in his vision, his picture.
And you said they're starting in Australia?
They're starting in Australia.
Yeah.
They're they're
Bro.
pulling a Rory and Mal and they're like, yo,
Yeah.
this is the actual story.
Basically,
They're like, yeah, nah, we gonna tell
they
our
can't
part.
start in America. No,
Nah.
That's pretty joke.
Shut it down
Michael
real
got
quick.
Way too much power here.
Man, what?
Way too.
How
much
they gonna have a tour without Steve Kerr, man?
He's busy coaching. That's why.
Yo, honestly, Steve Kerr would have been on that. If he was-
Alive? Imagine
He
the
would
man-
be out there in the field with them correcting.
He's gonna have like a video.
story.
He hit me on purpose. He told me I can't do anything. Guess what?
Guy's gonna
I have
show up
3
on
more
screen.
Yo, one last question before we wrap it up. LeBron or MJ?
I'm going to say Michael Jordan, but I have respect for LeBron James.
40,000 points.
40,000 points. Like that man is That man is doing what he's doing at his age in the league currently, with his 2 sons coming up. Bronny's coming up in for draft at some point.
Hopefully.
He's doing his thing. Hopefully, if that's what he chooses.
No,
He
inshallah.
good. Yeah,
God willing.
but yeah, MJ's just been that guy from Space Jam, bro. It's one of the first VHSs I took in.
I think I'm just gonna walk away from this interview.
Yeah, no. It's only a
It's like,
question
I
for
was
him,
with
bro.
you
It's only a question
until
for
that point.
him. We don't want to get you more sicker, bro. You just had a flu game, bro.
Nah,
You just had a flu
I
game.
have a pair. Okay, I have Jordans, but I have a pair of LeBrons, and they're a very nice pair, like the
How old are you,
14s or
brother, if you
something.
don't mind me asking?
I'm 28.
My age.
Hey,
Gang
96. Yes, sir.
I'm a year older, my
Wasn't
bad.
born in the
95.
80s?
My brother's born in the 80s.
Okay, so this is my thing. Anybody who wasn't born in the 80s that tells me Michael Jordan is the best player,
It's like you're watching highlights.
he's just lying.
I'm crying.
He's just literally lying to themselves, and they just want to fit with the narrative that the media is giving us right now.
You know what I would have said? If you said like favorite player, I probably would have thrown in Derrick Rose for the time that he had, because Derrick Rose was that guy to make me get them Adidas Crazy Lights. Like I have a magazine,
Those
Slam
are
magazine.
bomb, bro.
I'm saying like
Derrick Rose is very influential.
Impact, Rose
Those were-
Theater, Rose City, Brampton Flowers. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to ball out for my city.
Yeah, shut
That's
up.
it.
Well, I don't want to end it this way because I want to talk about you real quick. I don't know if you asked him that. How is your mental health?
Currently,
Yeah.
currently,
a lot of
it's-
people, a lot of men in general, we don't check up on each other
Nah,
in that
for
in
sure.
that sense because we sit here and be like,
joking it up.
what are we doing here? But it's like
We
feel
don't like talking
it
about our
is-
feelings to each other.
I feel like it is important to talk
To
about
acknowledge
that.
these things.
So how is your mental health?
I'd say it's in a better space. I will shout out one of the homies when you brought up Rise. So I brought up Mustafa and his My Stand, the organization.
Right.
So through My Stand, like I got involved to kind of help a little bit on one side of it, but it was all about mindfulness and meditation. So that time that I was working with them kind of aided in a refocusing of like being mindful of like myself,
Right.
like my energy in certain spaces and all sorts of things. So like, you know, me and my girl and just like a lot of the homies, we try and just be honest, like, you know, do our best to get to the gym, just do our best to like acknowledge like energy levels and being realistic about the things that we're doing and yeah, what we're doing. Like, you
Do
know,
you meditate?
do I meditate? Not as much as I should.
Okay.
I've definitely tried it, but yeah, no, not as much as I should.
Yo, shout out to her. She's out here supporting you.
Right.
She's been sitting through this interview process with you, and locked in with you. That's dope, bro. How important is having like someone by your side in this journey?
I'd say it's important. I think it's also important of having someone who understands and someone who can meet you halfway, because it's one thing to have someone who's just like, yeah, I'm here, but like she on her own accord like took it upon herself to get involved and just like help out where she can, and she's already someone with like a skill set that she even like doesn't fully like. We went to the same high school, so she was also in the arts.
Is it high school love? High school sweetheart?
We circled it back after the fact.
TC. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Okay.
you're a,
But we've known each
you're
other
a romantic, bro.
You spun
It
the
was,
block.
it was like a mutual spinning of the block.
Yeah.
and
He
it
doesn't want
worked
to say
out.
that he spun the block. He said it's mutual spun the block. You spun the block. Okay.
I guess. And
Okay.
I mean, I might as well shout out the homie AQ, because she also put that spinning together by like reacquainting us. But yeah,
love
nah.
that.
Her skill set and just her mindset and like what she brings to the table. Not that I expect that out of somebody,
Right.
but like just willingly, she's like excited and happy to even provide those things.
Oh,
So
that's
that's just like
awesome.
more than
That's
a blessing
dope.
that I could ask for.
That's dope. That's real, bro.
Yeah, we need to get us some of that in our lives, Trini.
Listen, bro. This ain't no Dr. Phil right now. We're not doing this.
Right.
He said, I just asked about feelings. I'm not
I
trying
was
to.
just- I was just
It'd be nice to have a
asking him.
support,
Support for what?
just a support,
I think when you're ready, it'll come to you. I
Inshallah.
think that's something that,
That is it.
that's something I've been looking at. It's like when the time is there, it'll happen naturally.
You just gotta
rather
focus
than
on
to try
yourself.
to force it,
Put them pieces together, sir.
Yeah, bro. I feel like I gotta pour into myself more before I have somebody else in my life.
Yeah,
Personally.
I feel that way
That's how you do
too.
it. You water
feel
the
that way.
plants, the bees will come.
We talk about
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah,
We talk about it.
yeah. I mean,
You got to be ready for it.
With
It's
you,
it's
like-
a commitment.
and I've been a Mac, but
It means God be with you
God
in
be
English.
with you.
Because he knows I'm cooked, bro. It's
Yeah.
like, good luck, buddy.
Like, and you're a Cancer, so good luck.
Yeah, I'm sensitive, dog.
Summer gang.
I'm sensitive.
You're a Cancer too.
No. My brother's a Cancer. I'm a Capricorn.
Your brother's sensitive?
How do I? Nah. My brother cares about the things that he cares about. I can respect that.
So he's sensitive.
He's sensitive. That's what that.
I haven't seen like the sensitivity, but I've heard people say about Cancers.
Did he buy his driver's license?
Did he? No. Well, he was born in '87, so he's been driving longer than me. So I think he was
he's
able
a
to.
driver.
He's also from Scarborough, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
he
he got it
really
stayed
legit.
there
He got it
more than 3
legit.
months, right?
He got it
More
at
than
Port
3
Union.
months.
More than 3 months.
I don't even know, bro. I know G-Way and I know Malvern. That's the most I know.
Oh, he's from those ends.
He's from, I believe Galloway's where he grew up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
those
out the
ends.
ends.
I love those ends.
Mhm.
A lot of humble and cool people come out of there.
My old ends.
They're not your old ends, bro.
I
You
grew
live
up in
there.
Scarborough,
You lived
bro.
there for 90
East End
days.
men till I die.
You're not. Bro, I told you. You drive.
If I say your name out there, they gonna know.
drive-
who-
Yo.
a tractor to school, brother.
A tractor.
Yo,
Crazy.
hold on. Are you bringing Rising Vibes potentially to Stouffville?
I would.
There's only Hicks out there, brother. Don't listen to this guy. What are we gonna do?
Why? We could get some dope hip hop and R&B out in Stouffville.
Where? What?
If
On
if the right
fucking
things
Hoover
come
Park.
together-
Wanna be
Hoover
at?
Park. What are these
I
places?
see.
No disrespect.
No, bro.
I'm like,
Like Hoover Park, that does not.
I was like,
sound
I know the
real.
Hoovers, and I know certain parts. I don't know Hoover Park.
It's very similar to like Kendrick, when he talks about Hoover Park.
No,
It is
homie over there is
nothing
looking like incredulously at
Similar
you.
to that, bro.
He's like, you have got to be kidding me.
You're messed up, bro.
No,
One
I'm
guy's
talking
from
shit.
Compton,
I'm
one
talking
guy's
shit.
From the fucking
Suburbs, boonies.
I said I remember Stouffville from being at Union Station and seeing like the last bus at the platform. And I'm like, oh, Stouffville.
And you know
Okay.
why it's the last bus in the station?
No
'Cause nobody
cap.
goes there,
No
bro.
fucking
longest
cap.
distance.
Nobody
Nah.
goes there.
Hey man,
cap.
anyone
That
coming from
bus
Stouffville,
We'd
like
have like 6 to 7 people on it.
with bigger dreams.
With-
Yo,
Listen,
you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
make
yeah,
that
bigger
way.
dreams to come down
Yeah,
to the city. That's what the dreams
Yo,
are.
I hope Stouffville artists reach out to you through this episode.
Hit me up.
Is there
You.
Stouffville
I
artists?
dropped the at.
Do you
I
know
don't
of a
think so.
Stouffville artist?
Yo, you know what? They actually do have music festivals, but I'm pretty sure they bring artists from York region
Yeah, bro,
that
their
are doing
music
like more
festivals are, like country.
more country or like rock and
Yeah.
roll or I
Yeah,
don't know.
which
I
is
will-
a cool genre.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm
Maybe
not tapped
one day
in.
you can incorporate that
Wherever
into
we can bring hip hop and R&B, let's do it, man.
country's
That's what's
popping
up.
right now, bro.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
Country's back on the rise.
Back on the rise. I'm gonna have to figure that bag out myself. We'll see.
Figure that out. Yo, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
man.
yo, love,
man,
bro.
love
Thank you
it.
so much, bro. This is an
Thank you for
amazing
having me.
episode. Flu game episode,
Flu
bro.
game episode. I think that's the
Shout out to
title,
Randy,
no?
bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Yo, he
wild.
came out. He put out all the stunts, the honey, the tea, the halls. Yo, he did everything. He was working around the
Buckling it out
clock.
Buckley's,
He was
dude.
working
Shout out
Buckley's,
Buckley's,
bro.
bro.
Yo,
I
he
did
was going
Buckley's just
code.
before you
Yo,
guys
Tranny was
walked
going
in.
coding
This guy's,
crazy.
like, fresh still going
I
down.
swear to God, bro. That
Nah,
shit's
Buckley's
still
will do it
fucking
to
me
you.
up.
Yo, Tranny, you know, he's been busy, bro. He's been having a lot of work
Oh, that bubble.
and family commitments,
that
and
bubble,
yo,
man.
he's fighting to be here right now.
Coding
you know?
crazy.
Coding
Yo,
crazy.
he-
for
yo.
real.
Coding crazy.
Yo, that styrofoam, that liquid in that
He
styrofoam
double
is
cup.
helping
For
him
real,
through,
for
bro.
real.
Nah,
He said,
nah.
"What's in my cup?
That
Don't worry
promethazine,
about it.
bro.
Don't worry about it.
Focus on your cup."
Hey, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Next
Amazing
Level
episode.
Shisha. Shout out to Arya Cafe.
Shout out Shot by Ben.
Shout out Shot by Ben.
Shot by Ben,
Fuck you,
man.
Matt, but shout out to you too.
Love you too, bro.
Let's get it.
My
Mad-
boy.
mad
First
love.
episode, we did it.
2024.
We out. He just has to shoot that quick thing, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.